and welcome. My name is Jennifer Colosimo, and I'm the president of Franklin Covey's Enterprise Division. You know, as you look at the environment that we're in, there's a bit of ambiguity. We spent a year, maybe a year and a half, scrambling, doing what we needed to do to get by. We could call it agile, but it was really kind of flying by the seat of your pants for some of us. And as leaders, it's time now to move to the new normal and thrive in this new world of work. Part of that is thinking about how you execute effectively, and maybe on your most important goals, and maybe just on your operational day-to-day. You know, Arthur W. Jones said, all organizations are perfectly aligned to get the results that they currently get. I might have added the word currently. I'm joined today by Leena Rinne, our Vice President of Consulting and the co-author of the best-selling books, The 5 Choices to Extraordinary Productivity and Leading Loyalty. Leena, let's talk today about the 6 rights.
Fantastic, Jen. It's a great topic, one of my favorite.
We need to align these 6 rights in order to get the very best results, in order to engage our folks, in order to get to the outcomes we're trying to achieve. You could start anywhere, go anywhere. Tell me a little bit about the 6 rights.
Okay, I'd love to. Let me tell you just quickly what the 6 are, because I think if as leaders we can align these 6 things, this sets us up for success. So the rights are the right people, the right structure, the right rewards, the right resources, the right decisions, and the right processes. Sounds like a lot. Maybe we can dive into, one of the places you and I are both passionate about is the right people. Do we have the right people in place? What are your thoughts, Jen? How have you approached this?
Tell me a little bit about the right people. I mean, as we think about leaders, those that influence leaders, this is a systemic way to view it. I would guess, at least in my experience, you're never perfectly aligned. As soon as you get one thing aligned, it may impact the other in a way you didn't anticipate, or your market conditions, your organization shifts, so you have to shift. I don't think this is one where you get done. So help me understand some of the things that you think about, the questions that you think about in order to do this effectively.
Yeah, because this is not about, okay, here's everyone on my team. Is Tom the right person? Is Leena the right person? I mean, this is a little deeper than that. So this is saying, one, do we have the right people with the right skills doing the right work? And part of that is evaluating, well, what are the gaps in our skills or our capabilities then? And who might be better in a different role, or who do we need to unleash in their current role? But it's just evaluating. I mean, look, it's even though we're doing lots of stuff, we're getting lots of things done, it is always the people that are doing the things. Right? So our ability to execute is entirely dependent on the people. So this is the first of the 6 rights, and I would, one or perhaps the most critical of the 6 rights.
Well, and they interrelate because, in my experience, you have a new process, and then as you start that new process, you think, oh, are we perfectly set up for that process to do by the current organization that I have? Is this the best place for everybody? Do we need to structure differently? They're so interrelated. But, one of the things I find really hard is you look at, oh, that process would be better. It takes work as a leader to then outline, well, then what skill set do I need? I mean, I'm not a big fan of job descriptions, but let's assume you're going to post. You have to know what you want there.
Yes, this is for the people, for the right people, I think the most critical thing. How will you know if you have the right people if you haven't gotten really, really clear on what those people need to do? So, I mean, we've been through this exercise on the consultant team. We have this pretty lengthy document just explaining what is world-class as a consultant at Franklin Covey. Then there's no ambiguity. I mean, there's that great quote, all disappointment is a function of mismatched expectations. So if you've got someone who's not filling that, I mean, you may not have been clear enough on what the expectations are, or there might be a skill gap then that you need to address as well. But it really does start with extraordinary clarity on the role, the requirements, the expectations, the skills in order to be successful for your people.
This requires what we call Q2 time, right? You can't look at the 6 rights, and probably not on your own. You do it with peers, with people on the team, to determine what is the best way to do our work, at least at this point in time. You know, you and I had a conversation in one of our other conversations about contribution. And it seems like if you're really clear of what you need out of this role, the process and how it works, even though things will never be perfectly aligned, you have a better shot of aligning the contribution a person wants to make and creating that sense of belonging and I'm a member doing something important on this team.
That's right. I mean, in the end, particularly with the right people, this is about unleashing and engaging those people. So it's ensuring that you've got everyone aligned, but also that they're feeling that contribution and that they're in the right spot to be successful.
So even for our listeners and viewers who are experts in process or experts in structure, you're Six Sigma, you're lean, you've got an agile approach to things, looking at this in the holistic way will really help you not only survive, but thrive in our new environment. Thanks for listening, and we hope this has been a great best practice to help you thrive in the new way of work.